Which year are you actually born?
I'm born 51. I'm 62 years old.
I'm born 53, so then you're 2 years older. But you still got your hair. I haven't. Have you any tricks for that? I mean,
well, it's got a different shade of blonde now. I mean, I was never blonde, but I just call it a different shade of blonde. Yeah, it's the same colour as my mother's. No, it's I've always had long hair, so I don't see why I should. And in fact, I did a thing in Norway on a TV show, and they were running late on time. It was live chat show. I remember Mark Knopfler being on stage waiting to perform his last song. We'd done ours already, and this stupid interviewer couldn't think of anything to ask me in such a short time, so he asked me two questions. One was, why do you still have long hair? And this is like just got to be 10, 12 years ago. He said, why have you still got long hair? I said, if God wanted me to cut it, he wouldn't have made it grow in the first place, would he? And then he just says, is it your natural colour? I said, do you think I would dye it this colour? so I think he was quite embarrassed because his quality of questions was zero, and apparently he's not a very well liked man because he's arrogant, and he was a laughingstock with the audience. So, and I walked into the British Airways lounge in Oslo Airport to a round of applause because they'd all seen it. So that's it.
Well, I hope I'm doing better with you.
If you want my sympathy, just open your heart to me. You'll get whatever you'll ever need. You think that's too high for you, baby? I would die for you. When there's nothing left, you know where I'll be. Lay back in the arms of someone, give in to the charms of someone. Lay back in the arms of someone you love. Lay back in the arms of someone. When you feel you're a part of someone, you lay back in the arms of someone you love. So baby, just call me when you want all of me. And I'll be your lover, I'll be your friend. And there's nothing I won't do, 'cause baby, I just live for you. With nothing to hide, no need to pretend. Lay back in the arms of someone, you give in to the charms of someone. You lay back in the arms of someone you love. Darling, lay back in the arms of someone. When you feel you're a part of someone, you lay back in the arms of someone you love. Oh, I know you think that's too high for you, baby. I would die for you. When there's nothing left, I'll be with you. Lay back in the arms of someone, give in to the charms of someone. Lay back in the arms of someone you love. Baby, lay stars were me and you. How could I know you found another guy? The way you acted out your part, and then you stayed away so many nights. You knew then it would tear my heart apart. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. Your love never, never, never will I share. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. With that other guy, it's not fair. You tried to tell me it was just a fling, a little stop along the way. But I can tell it's something more than that, in spite of all the things you say. You gotta choose between the two of us. You gotta choose that guy or me. I can't go on not knowing where I stand. If you want him, then set me free. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. Your love never, never, never will I share. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. With that other guy, it's not fair. I'm tired of all your lies. You're playing with me. So stop your fooling round. I beg you, please don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. Your love never, never will I share. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. With that other guy, it's not fair. Don't play that game with me. Not that game with me. Your love never, never will I share.
You have been playing for so many years, and you have had so many big hits. And when you're touring nowadays, which one is actually the one that you like to play most of all? I mean, I definitely believe that you are playing some of Living Next Door to Alice. How many times have you played that one? So, but what is the actual, this is a song that I really like to play?
Well, there's a couple actually. I like Wild Angels. I like If You Think You Know to Love Me, because that one was the very first hit record, so a lot of fondness towards that. And when we put a new song in, we always love doing that, you know. So we've got one at the moment called If I Can't Love You, which we really like, you know. We're halfway through a new album now, and I can't wait to start putting some of them into the show as well. So it's, you know, we enjoy what we play, you know. And when you've got a different audience every night, you know, you can sort of go into automatic, but because you're making eye contact with different people every night, and you're sort of performing to them, that's what makes it different, you know. So it's, I mean, we do around just short of 100 concerts every year, and we do no less than 160 aeroplane flights to get to those concerts. In the last year, it's been South Korea to Russia. To last week was Russia. You know, next week is Germany. The week after Austria. Then we take a summer break for 1 month, and then we're straight into it again. So we're in South Africa, and then down to Australia, Tasmania, and then we take January free, and it all starts again in February.
Don't talk to me of shattered dreams, 'cause you don't know what it means to live for someone else you can't just take. When you're bitten by the truth, you blame it on your misspent youth. You never seem to learn by your mistakes. So don't talk to me of wild, wild angels. Wild, wild angels on the skyway. Those wild, wild angels on the highways of your life. 'Cause it's people like you who never someone else like me. I'm still alive, and you know the way I live. So baby, that's one way you'll never be. Such simple things you fail to see. Take back everything you ever give. So don't talk to me of wild, wild angels. Wild, wild angels on the skyways. Those wild, wild angels on the highways of your life. 'Cause it's people like you who never knew what wild, wild angels have to face. No, don't talk to me. The wild, 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 wild angels. On the skyways of your life. Those wild, wild, wild angels. 'Cause it's people like you who never knew have to face. No, Lord, don't talk to me. Oh, no. Those wild, wild angels on the skyways of your life. On the highways, on the skyways. 'Cause it's people like you.
One thing I always wonder with your titles, you have many covers that you have made out of others. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about it, but I think you've done more covers than you have done your original.
Well, that's only because we did an actual covers album. We always wanted to do somebody else's songs the way that Smokie would done it in the first place. So we said to our record company, we'd like to do a covers album, and they said, no, you can't do that. Next thing you know, Robbie Williams has done one, Tom Jones has done one. They're all doing covers. The record company phoned up and said, "Hey guys, it'd be a great idea if you did a covers album," as if it was their idea. Well, it went platinum round God knows how many countries, and then they came and said, "Well, will you do another one?" So we did. First one was called Uncovered, and the second Uncovered 2, but spelt T-double-O. It's a different.
Okay.
So this one's Uncovered 2. You know? So that's why there's all those covers there. You know, but it was a purpose thing. It's out of 2 albums, 2 consecutive albums.
I've been studying while we are talking. I'm just some of the titles that we have on our radio station, and I love your songs. It's great. It's got some special. You can always hear that it's Smokie playing.
Well, that's it. You know, we had to have something. That was a criteria that it sounds like Smokie. Everybody knows it's going to be Smokie, but not the original one. And it was a lot of fun. You know. I mean, we even did a Christmas album, which was fantastic. And we treated that, we took 2.5 months to record that. We didn't just throw it out for Christmas, you know, just go in studio for a week. We took great care over it, even with the choice of songs, you know.
I'm thinking, those songs that I'm looking on here, for instance, I swear that isn't a Smokie song from the very beginning, or is it?
No. That was, I think the American band called All for One, or something like that. Because I remember when I heard it, I thought, what a great song. You know, if we were ever going to do a cover, that'd be on the list. Because a big awards thing in Budapest, we were the guest band playing, and they'd got the best selling European record for this, and we presented them with the award, and I just loved that song all the way through.
See the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind. You can be sure I know my part. So I'll stand beside you through the years. You'll only cry those empty tears. And though I make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I swear like a shadow that's by your side, I'll be there. For better or worse, till death do us part. I love you with every beat of my heart. I swear. I'll give you everything I can. I'll build your dreams with these 2 hands. We'll hang some memories on the walls. And when there's silver in your hair, you won't have to ask if I still care. 'Cause as I turn the page, my love won't age at all.
Can I ask you a couple of questions about some of the songs? I mean, this one, you know, many people say, Smokie is living next door to Alice. But then there is the other version, Who the Fuck is Alice? Is that actually you that thought about this, or how did that come to place?
That was the Irish. We play often in Ireland, you know, and our promoter over there, Tommy Swarbrick, is a good old friend of ours. He says, guys, there's some DJ over here has started something, but I think there's about 2,000 DJs claiming it was them, you know, and so we never got to find out who exactly. He says, but he's got the audience doing this, so no doubt it's going to happen when you play live. And I remember that first night we did it, I was just in tears laughing at it. I just could not believe it. And when we came away, we just said, look, we've got to record this just for the Irish. I mean, with that word in it, we didn't expect to get a general release anywhere, you know. But the Irish will take it, you know. And so what happened then is we recorded it, and it's predominantly women who shout out the word. It's really strange because... you know, you get some really elegant ladies who have probably never used that word in their life, but they can't wait to do it, and they're looking round first to see if anybody's looking before, and then they shout it out, you know. But anyway, we recorded it, so we threw a load of women into a studio, and they got to shout it. Sure enough, it went to number 2 in Ireland, which doesn't constitute a lot of sales, but it wasn't for that we were doing it, you know. So, and of course, the Irish travel. The biggest travellers of the world, you know, so suddenly they're doing it in America, they're doing it in every holiday place. So some DJ in Holland, his nickname, he played at a place called Café Gompie, so they called it Gompie. He recorded it, and it went to number 1 in Holland, selling over 100,000 copies there. And this is in the days where there's not a lot of... the sales had gone down, depleted rapidly. So we get a phone call from EMI in Germany saying that he's released it. Sony BMG are behind him, lots of money, and they've released it in Germany, and he's selling like, because they all think it's us, under a pseudonym. So EMI said, can we lease this from you? Can we license it from you? So yeah, no problem, because we paid for it, and it's just a straight deal. And sure enough, we went on to sell like 400,000 copies there, and then it was released in England with Sony BMG behind him again. So we thought, in England with that word in it, so we thought, what we're going to do. So Steve Pinnell, Smokie drummer, his best friend is a comedian, a very well-known comedian who can't get on television because he swears that much, you know. Okay. But he's the biggest selling DVD and albums for Polygram. His name's Roy Chubby Brown, and you know, sell out theatres and concert halls and stuff, you know. So I said to Steve, I said, do you think Chubby would be interested in, and we could take some of his fans as well then, you know. So we let Chubby loose in the studio, and it just, I think he did 3 different versions of it, and it was just funny. And it ended up going to number 2, I think, in England. The original only went to number 6 or 5 or something, and we sold, and that did another 500,000 copies in England. And so then, of course, it's travelling again, and but then, of course, we've always been known for Alice. It's been a bit of our flagship.
Don't you ever get tired of playing Alice?
No, because it's back to what I said, you know, see who's going to say the word, you know, and the most unlikely people doing it, you know. That's a bit of a game itself, watching. I wonder if that old lady there will sing it. Sure enough, yes.
I guess.
Did we miss one song, yeah? Did we miss one song, yeah? What's it called? Sally called, she got the word. She said, I suppose you heard about Alice. So I rushed to the window and I looked outside. The pond, I believe my eyes. big limousine rolled up to Alice's drive. I don't know why she's leaving or where she's gonna go. I guess she's got her reasons, but I just don't wanna know. 'Cause for 24 years I've been living next door to Alice. 24 years just waiting for a chance to tell her how I'm feeling, maybe get a second glance. But I gotta get used to not living next door to Alice. Grew up together, 2 kids in the park. Got our initials deep in the bark. Me and Alice. And she walks to the door with her head held high. Just for a moment, I caught her eye. As the limousine rolled slowly at Alice's drive. Let's go! Don't know why she's leaving or where she's gonna go. I guess she's got her reasons, but I just don't wanna know. 'Cause for 24 years I've been living next door to Alice. 24 years just waiting for a chance to tell her how I'm feeling, maybe get a singing glance. But I gotta get used to not living next door to Alice. Sally called back and asked how I felt. She said, I know how to help. Get over Alice. She said, now Alice is gone, but I'm still here. You know, I've been waiting 24 years. And the big limousine just disappeared.
Good night! See you, thank you, bye-bye, tschüss, or whatever you want to say. Bye-bye, see you. Did we miss a little bit? Did we miss a little bit? Did we miss a little bit?
I don't know why she's leaving or where she's gonna go. I guess she's got her reasons, but I just don't wanna know. 'Cause for 24 years I've been living next door to Alice. 24 years just waiting for a chance to tell her how I'm feeling, maybe get a second glance. But I'll never get used to not living next door to Alice. Now I'll never get used to not.
Good night, thank you. Tschüss, inside.
Smokie, whatever can I say? Thank you very, very much, and I hope to see you next time that you're in Sweden.